and uh, this is not my normal live broadcast. It's not my normal streaming. However, it's it's just imperative that I actually do this live broadcast. The news just broke that Edochie, the popular Nollywood actor, just announced online that that his his baby mama, as they will put it, is now his his second wife. Okay, and the internet is on fire. And people have their different opinions, and I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this more seriously later. But I just have to make a comment about it just to prepare your minds because it's been a story, it's been an issue that's been brewing recently. You know, people are talking about polygamy being an African thing, um, talking about how polygamy has been there since, and that if you look into every family, yes, even in my own family, from my mother's side, from my father's side, there's polygamy. My grandparents had three, three, four wives, you know, and it was not a big deal. I have a battalion of aunties and uncles and cousins and nephews, because I come from a large family, and they want to people want to argue that it's something that's been in our culture and our tradition. But we are talking about 2022. We're talking about right now. We're talking about in a generation where people are not doing subsistence farming as a way of livelihood. In the past, when there was this polygamy and all of that, people just did farming. So sometimes they needed to marry a lot of wives so that they can have a lot of kids. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Yule Duce is not a farmer, and he's not looking for kids to go and farm his uh, his crops. So why would he do what he did? What do you think is behind what he did? Is there something that we don't know? Is he already having problems with his first wife, and maybe it's been brewing and they couldn't solve the issue, and he had to do this? Or is it because maybe this woman, this second wife, has something on him whereby he has to make a choice between not marrying her and then her letting the cat out of the bag. So he just chose to just marry her in order to be able to keep a certain secret. Lots of conspiracy theories, but we're going to talk about this because it's an issue that had to be talked about, if not now, very, very soon. A lot of women think it's unfair for one man to be married to one woman because the ratio of men to women is not balanced. It's tilted a lot, you know, unfairly to the disadvantageously to the side of the women. So if you had um, among pairs, if you had like 15 women to 5 men growing up, they will all grow up and they'll be getting old. And it's obvious that these 5 men, if they're going to marry one wife each, will marry five of the females. So what happens to the other, maybe 15 other females out of the 20? What happens to them? Will they ever get married? Um, as opposed to a situation where you have five of the guys marrying like maybe three, four wives each, and then that makes sure that that guarantees that everybody gets married, because whatever is good for the geese is good for the gander. So these are different ways that you can look at this. It's not a very simple issue, actually. I'm telling you, don't take it for granted. It's not something that is just a 1 + 1 = 2 kind of answer. It's getting really, really, really serious. I know some places in South Africa and some other countries in Africa where they've insisted that men must marry more than one wife in order to deal with the situation of immorality and promiscuity. And I've seen some women come out boldly to say that a wife who insists on the husband having one wife is a wicked wife, because she's being selfish and she doesn't want the husband, she doesn't want other sisters to partake in whatever she's partaking in. And so we're going to dig back into time and see whether there's a justification for it, and also look at people who have had who have tried to marry two wives in this in this present generation, and see how far, if they're enjoying it, if it is stressful, if they regret it. And then look at the issue of side chicks, whether it is worth it to be a side chick, or the rate at which people are doing this side chick business. Another thing I like to talk about is when men go out and they hang out in bars, they hang out with their friends, they go on vacation without their wives. What do they end up doing? And what could be the outcome of these things that they do? And when it happens, what do they do? We will explore certain secrets that I'm sure people have. Men who have secret kids, who have had a one night stand with someone, and the woman became pregnant, and they could never tell this to their wife, and they could never marry this person because of their status in society, and it just becomes a secret affair somewhere, and the child grows up, you know, and people are living like that now. So we're going to explore all of that. But basically, what I wanted you guys to know is that Edochie has publicly admitted that he's now married to a second wife, and has advertised that he has a son with this woman. Okay, so watch out for when we discuss this in full, but you can run with the news and say you heard it on WMTV and Dr. Chidi told you, and you're very, very sure that it is real. By the way, it's Dr. Erica that told me, so she's the one that told me to say it like this. So if anything is wrong, is her. But because, let me not even get into trouble. It's me that said it, but she that told me to say that. It's me that said it. All right, see you guys later. Bye bye.